Over the years, the Big Three tag has been a common theme across the NBA. From the likes of LeBron, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh in Miami to the Warriors' invisible triad of Steph, Klay, and Durant, there is no force on earth capable of stopping that amount of talent in a single team. And talking about expectations, there are enough elements to pull off the unthinkable. The Los Angeles Clippers, on the other hand, have defied the regular order of things, pulling incredible strings in the backcourt to bring in not one, not two, but 4 future Hall of Famers in a single team. It feels impossible to NBA neutrals, but it is a dream turned reality for the Clippers fans. Expectations have been through the roof with the all-star team of Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. However, all the hopes of a championship in Los Angeles has turned out to be fickle imagination. Consecutive playoff appearances since 2020 have seen the Clippers fail to make it into the NBA playoff finals, carelessly bottling series leads year after year, and are yet to make it past the conference finals. The 2023-24 NBA season is another year, and the Clippers fans are buzzing. Tyronn Lue has found the key to turn the Clippers into a well-oiled machine. The Clippers are currently sitting 4th in the West with a 66% win rate. Halfway into the season, it is safe to say that the Los Angeles Clippers are cooking red hot this season. A burning question still lingers in the heart of every basketball out there. What is the hidden recipe for the Clippers' resurgence? Are the Clippers really that good, or is this another facade before another grand fall in the rare side? Join us as we explain why the Los Angeles Clippers cannot be stopped. The Clippers came into the season with a point to prove, jumping out to a bright 3-1 start 4 games into the campaign. But all that winning feeling quickly fell out in November, going on a 6-game losing streak to send the Clippers back to the root of the standings. With a star-studded starting lineup of Kawhi, Paul George, Harden, and Westbrook, their performance in the court was terrible. The lineup could shoot, rebound, defend, and create for one another. Still, the consecutive losses and poor run of form meant the team needed to change on the side court or in the starting 5. The former proved to be the solution as Tyronn Lue decided to drop Russell Westbrook to the bench in place of Terrence Mann. Either by luck or design, the Clippers snapped from their slump and their home win against the Houston Rockets before securing their 3-game winning streak. Fast forward to February 2024, the Clippers' 37-19 record is en route to another playoff appearance since their 2023 first-round exit to the Phoenix Suns. One of the major differences in their season has been the immense impact of James Harden on the offensive end. The Beard's departure from Philadelphia has been widely termed as a bust of mainstream media. But for the city of Los Angeles, James Harden's arrival was the solution this Clippers team desperately needed. One of the craftiest pick-and-roll players in the league is back to his best, even without the terrorizing presence of Joel Embiid. Harden has somehow found a way to raise Ivica Zubac's game to another level. In his 8th NBA season, the Croatian is hitting a career high in scoring with 12 points per game, averaging 46 appearances. And no matter where the screen is coming from, the Beard constantly finds Zubac or any other free teammate. We all know what James Harden can do in the front court, and this year, he has become more and more efficient. Harden is shooting a career best of 41.4% from behind the arc, with 8 assists and 5 rebounds in a Clippers jersey. Either coming off picks, hard drives, or in isolation, James Harden can literally find his bucket from anywhere. Despite averaging a career low of 17 points per game, Harden is shooting an efficient 44% from the field and has been particularly pivotal in clutch situations for the Clippers this season. You can see that during the 2024 in-season tournament when Harden pulled out a rabbit from his magical hat. With the scores tied and a second left in the game, James Harden stepped up to pull off one of the greatest 4-point plays you will ever see.
Harden, this is for the lead. Oh, and put it in! Count it and a foul! Oh my goodness!
After all, I guess James Harden isn't a system player. No one embodies clutch like the Beard. Match James Harden's outstanding playmaking with the offensive arsenal of superstars like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the possibilities are endless. Since his 2019 championship run, Kawhi's availability has always been one of his greatest issues. During his time with the Clippers, Kawhi hasn't featured in more than 60 games due to injuries or precautionary measures. Since returning from his knee injury due to the 2023 playoffs, the NBA champion is back to his best. Defensively, the Claw uses his 7'3" wingspan to cut out passing lanes and make impressive reads to make well-timed blocks. Halfway into this season, Kawhi is averaging 1.7 steals per game, 1 block per game to help the Clippers become one of the best defensive teams in the league. Even though injuries have seen 32-year-old Kawhi lose a step in his explosiveness and athleticism, Kawhi's offensive back still hasn't lost a beep. In the low post, high post, or from a pull-up jumper, Kawhi gets to spots easily, running his upper body into defenders to create enough space for his shots. Another scary thing about Kawhi is how efficient his shots are this season. With an average of 24 points per game this season, the Claw is averaging a career-best 53% from the field after averaging 34 healthy minutes. His 44% on three-pointers makes him the 26th best in the league and top 10 on the list of small forwards. From the free throw line, Kawhi is literally automatic, knocking down 89% of his free throws, making him a solid contender for the 50 to 40 to 90 club at the end of the season. With 3 failed playoff runs with the Clippers, it remains to see how far Kawhi will carry his team this season. Down the stretch, Kawhi Leonard will need all the help he can get, especially from their 9-time point guard Paul George. Regarding one of the most experienced two-way players in the game, PG-13 is arguably one of the best NBA talents out there. The 6'8" guard who can score at will and lock down anyone on any given night is one of the most impressive parts of this Clippers team. With Harden playing more of the point guard role this season, George has owned his without the ball, curling off screens for a catch and shoot, or sticking to the perimeter to knock down a corner three. With an average of 39.5% from behind the arc this season, Paul George is absolutely lights out from the three ball. This season, the veteran shooting guard has recorded over 15 games of 30-plus points, with 46% from the field and one of the league leaders with a 90% free throw shooting. Despite multiple trips to the playoffs, the 33-year-old has been smothered out of the competition every time, and since signing for the Clippers, the tales have still not changed. Some losses were due to the injuries keeping the Big Two off the court. The Big Two have a 114-51 record when they are both playing together, an outstanding 69% winning percentage when just 2 players are on the court. That is insane! With a starting lineup averaging close to 70-plus points every night, Tyronn Lue will need all the help he can get from his bench players. And that is where Russell Westbrook and Norman Powell come in. Since moving a few blocks from the Lakers to the Clippers, Westbrook has been an influential piece off the bench. Russell has started just 10% of the regular season for the first time in his career, averaging a career-low 23 minutes per game. However, Westbrook has ignored the trolls from the media and kept his head down to help the Clippers secure wins game after game. With an 11-point average per night, the veteran guard still has that quick burst of pace to get past any defender for a thunderous dunk or a perfect ditch to an open teammate. He brings in that fresh legs of athleticism and a burst of energy off the bench to help the team out of periods of slumps and the game. Turnover numbers have reduced drastically, giving Russell enough time to function more as a facilitator for the team and leaving the shot making to Kawhi, George, and James Harden. Another crucial part of the Clippers' bench offense is the 9-season veteran Norman Powell. The 2019 NBA champion is the definition of a bucket, erupting for 20 points off the bench. With the team struggling on offense, Powell has been the perfect scoring option off the bench to drop clutch shots from threes, layups, or mid-range jumpers. In 26 minutes of action this season, Norman averages an efficient 50% from the field and 46% on 4 attempted threes every game. However, the most important piece to the resurgent Clippers team is Tyronn Lue's management of a roster full of superstars. When the critics came in after the Clippers' poor start to the 2024 season, Lue stuck with his team and took the tough decisions the team desperately needed. Until we want to play hard on both ends of the floor, if we want to do things hard, cuts, screens, running the screen, sprinting the floor, then it is going to be tough nights, every single night. And so, it's up to our guys to change their mentality in that regard. Because we're teaching it, we're showing it, we're telling it. So now we've got to perform. Week in, week out, the chemistry in the locker room grew stronger as the Clippers saw their fortunes change in a flash. The Clippers' 49% shooting from the field is currently 6th best in the league, and their 39% shooting from threes ranks 2nd behind the Thunder, even though the Clippers' offensive arsenal is arguably one of the best in the league. The defense was where the team had huge lapses. Tyronn Lue has since turned the Clippers into a defensive powerhouse, becoming the 10th best in the least amount of points allowed per game, reducing opponents' field goals down to 47% and three-pointers allowed them to 36%. 8 steals per game ranks 5th best in the league, resulting from a defensive clinic that chokes the life out of opponents. With a good part of the season left to play, the conversation has shifted from whether they can make the playoffs to how far they can go come playoff time. If the Big Four can stay fit and healthy come the postseason, the Clippers will be a top contender for the Denver Nuggets in the West and have a roster capable of making it all the way into the NBA Finals. Will this finally be the year the Clippers franchise wins its first championship, or will the generation of postseason failure keep repeating itself? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Remember to drop a like and subscribe to Hoop Pulse to get top NBA content. Until next time, take care.